Meanwhile, the federal government has inaugurated an independent investigative panel to probe allegations of corruption and gross violation against the Correctional Service. Minister of Interior Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo explained that the inauguration became necessary to sanitize the service towards attaining transparency and accountability. Recall that the minister suspended several officers overseeing the maximum and minimum custodial centers in Kirikiri, Lagos State, following allegations of misconduct. The committee will be headed by the Permanent Secretary, Magdalena Ajani.
Just about this isolated issue. You're people of integrity, and that's why we carefully picked the members of this committee. So your core responsibility will start from, number one, is to investigate specific allegations of corruption, torture, and mistreatment of inmates by correctional officers.
Joining me now is lawyer Dr. Hassan. Mr. Hassan, thank you for joining us on TVC News at 10. Two agencies of government in the eye of the storm. We're now looking at two different committees, one at the House of Reps and the one put together by the Minister of Interior. What do you think is happening here, especially when you hear that both agencies have denied any wrongdoing? Mr. Hassan is a lawyer. We'll talk to him subsequently, perhaps in the course of this bulletin. Well, I understand that the lawyer is here. I was asking, what are your initial thoughts following the updates on this story? Both agencies have now denied any wrongdoing, and we're looking at two different committees investigating this matter.
Well, we have to consider the nexus of this matter to ensure an holistic investigation of EFCC as an agency, and the National Assembly through the House of Reps coming up to also have an investigation. The Interior Ministry also calling for investigation. I think multiplicity of investigation will not solve this issue. Without much ado, I think it's high time the Office of the Attorney General step up to make a formal inquiry into these whole allegations. It's a matter of the executive, it's a matter that needs to be thoroughly investigated. There must be an harmonized joint investigative approach to dealing with the issue, whereby members of the National Assembly, the Interior Ministry, Office of the Attorney General, should investigate this matter, not even EFCC, because EFCC cannot be a judge in his own cause. This is the agency that has been investigated, not the officers in question, because the chairman of EFCC is the currently liable for whatever act that might have been perpetrated underneath his office within the official duty. So what I would call for is an harmonized investigation on this Okuneye's Bobrisky's case. At the same time, fair hearing should be considered. All issues should be laid before the joint committee. A proper resolution, proper due diligence, forensic investigation be carried out.
Mr. Hassan,
because of the investigation, it will unravel all other issues.
Let us explore the legal angle to this. Idris Okuneye reportedly has denied the authenticity of this audio recording. Do you think this evidence is tenable in court?
Yes, it's tenable because every fact and in issue is subject to the strictest proof, because it's not a civil matter that we have to prove on the balance of probability. We need to look at it from the proving beyond reasonable doubt, and it's presumed innocent until proven guilty at the court of competent jurisdiction. Laying the fact that is an AI or a doctored video, the onus of proof is not on Bobby Risky. The onus of proof is on a very dark man to prove the source of information, the veracity of his claim, not just the information now, the veracity must be duly investigated so that, people who get advantage of social media will not just cyberbully any person. So there is a need for him to ascertain who is that person Bobrisky was talking with, the detail and phone number of the person, not of Bobrisky, but that person that gave that information that Bobrisky might be talking with, should it be original audio conversation? But if it were to be doctored, that is also subject to forensic investigation by the security agency.
Well, all of this started, as a beef between the two individuals. It's surprising that we're discussing Bobrisky on the news at 10. But it's a good place to leave it, Mr. Hassan, as we watch closely how this develops going forward. Thank you for your time on the news at 10.
Thank you very much.